Hey there, Vikings faithful. Skol Nation, are you ready to dive into some juicy news about our beloved purple and gold? Today, we're talking about a rumor that's got every fan buzzing. Could Vikings legend Adam Thielen be on the move again? The hometown hero from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, has been lighting it up with the Carolina Panthers, but whispers of a potential trade are swirling as we head into the 2025 season. Is there a chance we could see Thielen back in purple or catching passes elsewhere? Buckle up, because we're breaking it all down in this electrifying update. Let's get into it. What do you think about Thielen's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Adam Thielen's story is the stuff of Vikings legend. Undrafted out of Minnesota State in 2013, this kid from Detroit Lakes clawed his way onto the Vikings roster with grit and heart, becoming a fan favorite over a decade-long run. With 6,682 receiving yards and 55 touchdowns in 101 starts for Minnesota, Thielen's crafty route running and reliable hands made him a cornerstone of the offense, earning Pro Bowl nods in 2017 and 2018. But after a tough cap decision in 2023, he landed with the Panthers, where he's still producing 1,014 yards and 4 touchdowns in 2023 alone. So why the trade talk now? Let's unpack this. The Panthers are in rebuild mode, and their late-season growth in 2024 showed promise, especially with quarterback Bryce Young stepping up. But here's the kicker. Carolina's offseason moves added firepower like Diontae Johnson and rookie Xavier Legette, creating a crowded receiver room. At 34, soon to be 35 on August 22, 2025, Thielen still got game, posting a 76.5 PFF receiving grade and 2.06 yards per route run in 2024. But the youth movement might push him out. Could the Panthers trade him to make room for younger talent and snag a draft pick? What's your take, Vikings fans? Would you want him back in Minnesota? Now, let's talk numbers because this trade rumor has some serious financial angles. Thielen's on a one-year, $8.75 million deal with the Panthers for 2025. With a cap hit of $10.1 million. Trading him would save Carolina $8.4 million, which they could roll into 2026 as they build around their young core. For a team looking to the future, that's a tempting move, especially if they can snag a late-round pick, like a 6th or 7th rounder, for a veteran who's not guaranteed a starting spot. But here's the question. Is Thielen's experience and leadership worth more to a contender than a draft pick? Where do you think he'd fit best? The trade buzz isn't just about Carolina's plans. It's about Thielen's value across the NFL. Despite his age, he's still a reliable target, ranking 73rd in separation rate and 65th against single coverage in 2024, per PFF. Teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, or Baltimore, all Super Bowl hopefuls, could use a savvy veteran like Thielen in the slot to move the chains or shine in the red zone. Imagine him catching passes from Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. But with his contract expiring after 2025, any trade would be a short-term play. Would a contender give up a pick for a 35-year-old? Let's hear your predictions in the comments. Let's bring it back to Minnesota for a second, because the idea of Thielen returning to the Vikings is pure fan catnip. Picture this, Thielen, back in purple, mentoring young studs like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison while catching passes from J.J. McCarthy, who he's already raving about after off-season workouts. Thielen called McCarthy consistent, with all the skills to play at a high level. But here's the reality check. The Vikings receiver room is stacked with Jefferson, Addison, Jalen Nailor, Rondale Moore, and rookie Ty Felton. Is there room for a 35-year-old WR3 or WR4? Skol Nation, would you trade for Thielen? Or is this just nostalgia talking? Speaking of McCarthy, Thielen's recent workouts with the Vikings QB1 have fans dreaming of a reunion. Thielen's been spotted training with McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, and other Vikings at Woodbury High School, praising the young passer's accuracy and maturity. This isn't just a feel-good story, it's a reminder of Thielen's leadership, which could be a game-changer for a playoff-bound team. But with Carolina's new receivers like Diontae Johnson and Xavier Legette stealing snaps, Thielen's role might shrink. Could the Panthers see him as expendable? What's the likelihood of a trade before the November 5, 2025 deadline? Hit the comments with your thoughts. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. Why the Panthers might keep Thielen. Despite the crowded receiver room, he's still a reliable target for Bryce Young, who leaned on him heavily in 2023 for 103 catches and 1,014 yards. Thielen's veteran presence could stabilize Carolina's offense as they aim to compete in the NFC South. Plus, his restructured contract makes him affordable for 2025, with only $1.5 million guaranteed. But if the Panthers stumble early in 2025, a fire sale could be on the horizon, and Thielen's name would be front and center. What's your gut telling you? Will Carolina hold or fold? If Thielen does get traded, where could he land? The Pittsburgh Steelers have been linked, per CBS Sports, as they hunt for a reliable slot receiver to complement their run-heavy attack. Kansas City and Buffalo could also make sense, with their high-powered offenses needing a sure-handed veteran for clutch moments. Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson, might love Thielen's ability to exploit zone coverage. Each of these teams could offer a late-round pick, giving Carolina draft capital while Thielen chases a Super Bowl ring. Vikings fans, where do you want to see Thielen play in 2025? Let's get that debate going. Let's wrap this up with a big-picture question. Is Thielen's trade talk a sign of his incredible longevity, or a harsh reality of the NFL's youth obsession? At 35, he's defying the odds, joining an elite group of receivers with 1,000-yard seasons at 33 or older. His work ethic and leadership are undeniable, but the Panthers' rebuild might not have room for a veteran on an expiring deal. Whether he stays, goes to a contender, or, dare we dream, returns to Minnesota, Thielen's story is far from over. Skol Nation, what's your bold prediction for Thielen's 2025 season? Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more Vikings news. Let's keep the Purple Pride alive.